Good afternoon, Sonny and class. My name is Chris. My colleagues here is Rick and Eddie. Today this presentation will be based on the Westjet case report on changing their IT governance and how the Chief Information Officer Smith that was employed to change the IT governance and how she dealt with the difficulties that come with an IT structural overhaul. Also, we'll be covering how as a group we believe that we could have further aided in abating these difficulties when it comes to this. Four primary factors can affect any IT systems or process change in a corporate environment. This being collaborative management can be slow and costly process. Requirements gaps have to be precisely outlined for the ease of the staff. Transition problems including management support and resistance to change. From here, my colleague Eddie will talk about one of the most critical factors in how Smith planned to change their IT governance.
Thank you, Chris. The major change that Smith implemented was to separate how the IT department performs its duty. Typically, they had just been a general IT team working in a horizontal structure with both senior IT staff and otherwise. Smith sought to segregate the IT department into specific units that operate solely for business unit, with Westjet, half of the IT staff being implemented into this specific business unit and the others have been remaining how they operate currently in some of the more general common systems such as hardware support or help desk. And one of the key strategies she implemented was to employ business exclusive chefs in information officers that were already senior IT leaders inside of the Westjet, but had been experiences in that direct fields such as senior leader that had relative accounting experiences which can help lead to their business unit, or a senior leader with a pilot license lead to advancement in IT system units. And doing this change would have been easy. The transition as a leader with relative experiences in the field would be able to train their teams significantly easier, giving them more education way of training and handling the training. And when it came to the senior exclusive of Westjet, Smith also had a very regular meeting with them to keep them up to date as much as possible. And to doing so, therefore, easing the transition and building trust with the higher level of organization. And my colleague Rick will now discuss the several other ways we believe that will have further help in these transactions.
Our group suggests that a strong basis can be formed from this style of implementing senior IT leaders as business executive CIOs, as you could take the business unit CIOs and have a small senior IT team that he could personally train with the new business unit that they were tasked to deal with. And from there, these newly trained senior staff would be able to train the remainder of the IT staff inside the specific business unit, which personalizes and enables face-to-face interaction, this being cost-efficient and excellent way in dealing with these changes. The senior leadership already having rapport with the rest of the IT staff would definitely ease this transition into an entirely new way of operating IT inside of Westjet. Another way of dealing with this, on top of the personalized training from senior staff, would be to hold seminars in which Smith and her newly appointed business unit CIOs could show how she believed her new IT governance would be a superior way of operating as opposed to their current system, as keeping your staff as informed with as many facts as possible is an excellent way to convince Westjet's IT staff to adapt to this change. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.
My colleagues here are Rick Bellantoni and Eddie G.A. How do you pronounce your last name? All right, good afternoon, Sonny and class. My name is Chris Parry. My colleagues here, Rick and Eddie. Hello! Barring. I was on a roll then, man. I was G to G. Good afternoon, Sonny and class. My name is Crick.
Creek.
I should have practiced.